The challenges that the AIM partnership faces as part of its transnational work is about having a common understanding, if you like, a common point of reference with its transnational partners. For instance, our colleagues in Sardinia work within the young adult offender services. In England, the partnership that we have works with adult offenders. The two criminal justice systems are very different, and part of the strength of working transnationally is the opportunity to undertake study visits that gives us the opportunity to look at those differences, look at what works, albeit in that different context, and look at how we can apply some of those lessons here within our own systems. The challenges faced by ourselves and our transnational partners have a number of similarities. We're all working with target groups that you can say are hard to reach. In England and Wales, we're working with offenders. In Sardinia, they're working with young adult offenders in a slightly different context. In Portugal, they're working with people who are long-term unemployed, in some ways very similar to the target group of, say, the work programme. And in Sweden, we're looking at trying to learn lessons from two social enterprises, both with very different approaches. We selected the partners on the basis of the interventions they were trialling in their countries. In Hungary and in Portugal, there's a heavy emphasis on peer mentoring approaches, which is something that's a key feature of the projects that we're testing in the West Midlands. If we look at Sweden, we're looking to visit two social enterprises that have very different approaches. One, an NGO that works with ex-offenders both in prison and in the community, and another, a small social enterprise which is run by offenders for offenders and has an ethos that says you have to be an offender to understand the needs of offenders. We selected these projects because there was a real alignment with the work that we're undertaking with similar approaches in the West Midlands. The challenges faced by participants on the AIM project are very similar to those faced by the projects from the partner countries that we're working with. Largely there's discrimination within the labour market. This applies to offenders, it applies to Roma community. There are very clear barriers to employment and employability. For instance, quite often the people that we're working with are not necessarily ready for employment at the point that we start to work with them. Indeed, their skills levels are perhaps something that needs to be addressed. There may be complexities through alcohol or substance misuse. There can be other factors such as accommodation needs. And quite often we need to be looking at a holistic picture when we're working with the clients that we're working with.